Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam Om Sahana Vavadu Sahana Punattu Sakaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadidamastuma Vitvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat Om Sargasthiti Pralaya Kedum Achintya Shaktim Vishveshwaram Vidita Vishwam Anandamurtim Nirmugdha Bandhanam Abhara Shuga Amburashim Sri Vallabham Vimalabodhakanam Namami Yasya Prasadat Ahameva Vishnuhu Mayyeva Sarvam Parikalpitam Cha Ittam Vijanami Sadatma Rupam Tasyan Kripatmam Pranatosmi Nityam Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Namaskaram. We are learning Vaakya Vritti and we have gone up to the verse 6 and started verse 7, if I remember right. We just recap and then we continue. In the verse 6, the Guru is replying to the disciple who was seeking for liberation, emancipation from the samsara that he feels is affecting him. Unless you are propelled by your experiences that you are seeking a liberation from the bondage of life. Very important to understand, this is not an escapism from the duties that you have. A seeker, not necessarily a renunciated person, wandering monk, not necessarily. The wandering is a pursuit, a style of pursuit in attaining what they want to attain. You can be very much a programmer in a firm, or a manager, or a father, a retired person, living the life through, but realize that this drama of life is ephemeral. There must be, because there is a shoka vinasha karanam. It is always says in the shlokas. So there is always a dukkha nivaranam is there. I am seeking that. So he asked the question. So Bhagavan in the Guru in the 6th mantra, 6th verse, given the complete answer. Tatvamasi yajjiva paramatmano tadatma vishayam jnanam tatidam mukti sadhanam. Dear student, the mukti sadhanam that you are looking for, the nirmukta bandhanam you are looking for, is given to you from the jnanam. What kind of jnanam? The jnanam that gives jnanam tadidam mukti sadhanam, the jnanam that gives you liberation, is coming from Tatvamasi Adi Mahavakyas. The Mahavakyas like Tatvamasi, etc., are giving you the jnanam. That jnanam is going to give you liberation. How can that sentences give me the jnanam? Because they contain tatatma vishayam. Tadatma vishayam. What does tadatma vishayam means? Tadatmyam means unification, aikyam, oneness. So the Tatvamasi mantras is giving you the essence of oneness. Oneness of what? Jiva Paramatmanoho. It is giving you the oneness of Jiva and the Paramatma. If you understand those import from those Mahavakyas, that jnanam, tadidam, mukti sadhanam. So this he has given. Of course, the disciple is like you and I, is completely baffled, right? I come and ask for a cure, and he is giving me that you learn this sentence. The sentence is going to give you some things aikyam, some jiva, some paramatma, some aikyam. So what is this? So he's going to ask the question, right? Now, before we go to the question, let's just remember, what is a Mahavakya? Mahavakya, Vakya is Padasamuha. If you have words arranged in such a way, good. I don't want to go into the Vyakaranam of sentence now. A sentence is a collection of well-placed words with a connection to them that give you a very coherent meaning. So what is Mahavakya then? Mahavakya is superior Vakya. Why it is superior? Because it is revealing a superior knowledge. Because every Vakya gives you knowledge. What is that superior knowledge it gives? Then you may imagine, oh Parameshwara, oh Mahavishnu, oh Mahalakshmi, oh Devi Namaskaram, or a Vaakyam from Bhagavatam. Is it like that? You take up any Vaakyam because it is reverential, venerable. Gurus have given the Vaakyam. It talks about the God. They are venerable Vakyas. But in Vedanta, we take the Mahavakya is not a sentence about the God, but not a sentence about you, not a sentence about the world, but a sentence about their oneness, collapsing all the differences. Vedantam becomes Vedantam. Veda means difference. Anta means end. Where all differences are end, that means that is called Tatvamasi. So if a sentence is giving you that meaning, of course, you can ask the question, how do you know that this sentence you're giving that meaning? It's not the question that you and I ask. Great scholars ask themselves. What one sees as a Mahavakya, somebody may say as a Upachara Vakya. See? Unless you see anything, you when you look at something, you perceive something, and you attach a value to that, what you see, what you hear, what you see, what you possess, what you get, everything when it comes to you, you attach a value to it. That value to attach is not just the price you paid for it. It is your expectation, your reverence to it, your need, your understanding of it. That's why when I go to a child and say, I give a 1 pound sovereign gold coin of 10 grams and a lollipop in the hand, you know what the child is going to choose? The lollipop. Because it experienced lollipop before, it is sweet. I would rather go for it. This yellow-looking stone-like disc, I don't care. But you will have a very different value because you experience the lollipops. That is not important, but this is the high value for you, right? Same way, literally, Tatvamasi means that is it. I remember when we were young boys, we used to go around in a crowd and we just, me and my friend, we used to go and listen to strangers talking, right? But we listen to one pair talking, and then we take that message and go to next one, next one, next one. So you get a different messages coming through, and we try to connect them, just to have fun. Suppose if you're listening like that, a father and son going, and the father says to the son, that is that, my boy, that is this. Aduthaan idu. That is this. Now I pick up that word, a phrase, that is it. What does it mean? It could be that house is this house, that tree is this tree, this problem is this problem. What is it? So it is not, it's just not only a good sentence, it's a very boring sentence, ambiguous sentence, illegitimate sentence in my context. But here Vedanta, Tatvamasi is similar that you are. How come it becomes Mahavakya? That I know what it is, some distant object. You is that you in front of me. Asi means being. I can understand the word meaning. The words are in a sentence. Sentence is well structured, but I get nothing out of it. So this is what we are going to discuss in this grantha. But in literally in the Vedas, Vedanta chooses 4 Mahavakyas. There are many Mahavakyas. The 4 are important one. Tatvamasi. This comes in the Chandogya Upanishad. You are that. So this grantham, this text we are learning, is expanding the meaning of it. So fine. So we're going to learn about that. When I learn this, when I realize this, I'm going to understand my true nature, that is who I am. That means all my understanding of who I am is going to be tossed away. So you be prepared. So when you come to Vedanta class with your personality, identity well cult, that you are such and such person, a senior manager, CEO of a company, everything is destroyed. Couldn't be destroyed. I am a bachelor destroyed. I am a scholarly destroyed. I'm ignorant destroyed. So it makes you a nagnan, a completely a nirvana, a nude person, because everything that you're cladding on you is not you. So we're going to rip open everything to see the jwala, the jyoti of you. So that is this process, Tatvamasi. So what that will lead to? It will lead to me being, in Sanskrit, the word Atma literally means the self. The Vachyartham is just self. So you can very freely use, my Atma Tripti, we say. What is Atma Tripti? It's not a Vedantic Atma we're talking about. My self-satisfaction. So the literal self that you have. So in Tatvamasi, when you realize it, you will understand that you are the trueness of yourself, the true Atma that you are. Okay, what's the point of knowing that? Then comes next Mahavakya. I am Atma Brahma. This comes in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad in Yajurveda. I am means this Atma is Brahman. So now you see the connection. Tatvamasi, I realize I am the Atma, and with additional value. The I am Atma Brahma, the Atma is equated to the Brahman, the God we thinking, the all-pervading power. So the Atma is Brahman. So whenever I say Atma, I'm not only saying the self, but I'm also meaning the Brahman. So it gives me a bit of a contradiction. I can understand Atma means self, but now the second Mahavakyam gives I am Atma Brahma. The Atma is Brahman. That means I am Brahman. What is it? I don't realize it. The knowledge I understand, all the rationality I understand. What do I do with this knowledge? What do I look for it with this knowledge? Then the third Mahavakyam says, Prajnanam Brahma. That very knowledge that you have, that you think that you attained, in which you have no more doubts. That is Brahma. That is Brahma means that is Atma. Because I am Atma Brahma. You get more confusion. How can a knowledge be a personification of it? Knowledge for me is something invisible, intangible, something in the air, in the thought process, in thought domain. How can I say it is me? Because I am a substance. That's my feeling, right? I am hard material. My body, 6 foot 2 inches, whatever the height, weight, I am that. Or maybe my thought. How am I going to be a knowledge? Because knowledge for me looks like an information piece, a stream of bits and bytes. Am I that? So because we don't understand what this jnanam is. Then you contemplate and you understand. Then you realize, hey, I understand now. Aham Brahmamsi. I am the Brahman. Asmi means I am. So I leave the Atma now. I am the self. The Atma is the Jnanam. I attain the Jnanam. And the Jnanam, I realized, doubt you must have in your mind is, with the knowledge, what did I find? Because every time when you have a tool, I have a hammer, what do I do with this? I nail it down. I have a pen, I write it down. I have a skill, I do that skilled work, skilled art, skilled programming. I can sing, I produce songs. So with every tool, the jnanam is a tool, you find something. But here you don't find anything because the finder is the seer. Because you are that knowledge. You are the seer. You are confusing me, you say. Yes, I'm confusing you because your identity of who you really are is wrong. This is the myth that it has to be broken away. Now, this requires not only the teacher's teaching in all sincerity, but your shraddha that you want to break that. If you have a very hard holding, no, I will not let myself loose. No, I have created my personality and I will not lose it. You see? So what is this personality of you? What is this? This is the question you're going to ask. What is an identity that you have? So you will know, okay, let me take a pick up. Okay. Mukund. Oh, I know Mukund. His behavior, his attitude, his etiquette, his sincerity in doing work, it is him. So I have created what I created, a personality of that chap. How do I know it? Because my experience with him. He may have created his own personality of his source. So we deal with the personality. But the way I see it may not Mukund's other friend may see him. Oh, he's a competitive guy. He is very violent. He squashes me. He's a threat to me. So there's a personality of same person appears differently. You may not own it, right? So you ooze out different personalities of yourself to many people because the way you inculcated your life doctrine, the way you conducted yourself, the way your relationship, because life is a function of relationship. When you go to bed, you say, "Oh, how was the day?" How do you say that? How do you measure it? I have this interaction, this interaction, this interaction, and each interaction gave me this taste, sour taste, sweet taste, happiness, joy, indifference. Now, all this will go into your mind bank, and then it creates a poison or a nectar into you. Your personality changes. So you got an experience, your day ended. So your life is therefore a function of relationship, function of people's perception about your personality. The personality is your behavior, attitude, which may be inborn, which may be nurtured by you. See, what I'm trying to say, this is just an information piece, right? You have to listen to this very carefully because it may sound like very abstract, but it is very simple. Just lend your ears and mind. So the personality that who you are, is it real? Does it exist? It exhibits when you do the conduct. But has it got its reality in it? Because if reality, it has to be same. It is not. It changes. Everyone has got different views of it. Then you may say, look, okay, that may be because everybody has opinion on me. But I have my own view about myself. Okay, what is that you call? My identity. See, we use the word identity. Identity encompasses the values that you, sometimes as well as your close relationship, impose on you. Oh, I want to follow Vedanta. I want to do public service. I want to speak truth all the time. Now, what is all this? These are all your goals, your ambitions, and then you attach your personality to those goals, and then you exhibit an identity, and you want to make the identity to be that oozes out your personality. And there always a conflict between these two, and you always struggle. You go to the personality development programs, identity crisis program. So this is necessary, you think, in this empirical world, the transactional world. Fair enough, granted. Now, when you work in the office, now we spend a lot of money. 3 to 4% of the employee cost is on the training. We train them, get a good, because we are creating a persona of people in my office. If somebody comes to my office and work for me, fine, he's a good mate, but he is a senior manager. So his persona should be a senior management role. So what makes him a senior management identity? You see? So the senior manager goes home. He's a usual lazy bum at the home, doesn't do any work. See? So all this is information domain. All this is just a kind of a knowledge you build, nothing real. But they need a substratum to attach to, right? Like the example I gave you, Mukund's name. So that means I'm having an identity to attach to this imposition of character that I assess. I need a frame of reference. What do you call the frame of reference? So these are the question going to come through it. These Mahavakyas, they are, see, in fact, I would say Advaita Vedanta is the only Vada, only, I don't say doctrine, only truth that builds and develops only on these Mahavakyas. The whole Advaita Vedanta, you go in any angle you study, it is not about a God, not about your karma, it's about you and I, about your true nature, because the true nature resolves everything else. That means Advaita Vedanta is for the entire humanity. I couldn't say Jiva Rasi because it requires intellectual capacity. The human beings are the only one. Therefore, for all human beings, Advaita Vedanta goes beyond caste, creed, and everything. So all this religion, Vaishnavam, Shaivam, Saktam, Kaumaram, Ganapatyam, or even Sankhyas, Yogas, or even Nastikas like Buddhism, Jainism, Charuvakas, or atheist. Everyone can have a school of thought. The school of thought can, we call it a religion because if it is bringing them into an alignment to certain good principles, they are religion. If dacoits have a sect and then their job is to loot the world and kill, murder, you don't call them a religion. Religion is to bring it together. See, the word etymologically, legion means bring them together. Religion means bring them again to one. What does it mean? Why say religion? This was once one, everything's one, but it has separated away. So I want to bring them back. And it's one, it is Advaitam. So all religion, therefore, has to lead towards the Advaita truth. Therefore, Advaita has no quarrel with any religion. Everything is fine. Everything is right. You can't blame, kindergarten, little child goes and learns some funny songs and funny things. Now at your age, it looks ridiculous, silly. It doesn't give any knowledge in your view. But in that age, it develops character, develops personality. So same way, Advaita looks at everything, every religion, every worship, every prayer, every karma as something it adds to you. But it only requests you that when you do this, don't think that if you're not following Advaita Vedanta, whatever you're following, don't think it is Paripurnatvam. It is steps that you land, you climb. But every step when you climb, you must give up that step to go up further. So don't hold on to this thing. Don't hold on to my prayer, my thing. Don't do that. So I just want to give you a sideline point that why you should not be afraid of Vedanta. Sometimes, I say this because Aravind sent me a question. Because so we are in Madhvas, we are Madhva following, and we don't like to understand, we don't like to know about Advaita. I said, look, fine. I think if you at least be a Madhvacharya's disciple, understand Dvaitam, because it contains all the essence, how to lead a life peacefully. That's fine. Someday you will know what is beyond that. So you don't need to be afraid. Advaitam is only going to make you free, but it requires some serious discussion and thinking, but it's going to be easy. So this is the whole purpose of exercise. It may sound very complicated, but complicated because we are holding on to our own beliefs. When somebody is lifting you from the parachute, they're not able to lift you because you have a big rope tied to your back and to a big mountain down there. The helicopter says, I can't lift you because you tie down to your dogmas. So you give the dogmas. So this understanding is needed if you want to understand Vaakya Vritti. Okay. So what is we go to the next mantra. In the next mantra, Shishya, he is very clever Shishya. Guru told me now, Nirmukta Bandhanam comes from the Mahavakya, which is Tatvamasi. And he said, this Mahavakyam gives Tadatmyam, another buzzword, between Jiva and Paramatma, another buzzword. What is going on here? I already told you, he thinks in his mind, Sankshipsha, be clearly, lucidly, succinctly, give me the answer. So he turns back. He asks a question. How does he ask the question? He is lucky because the Guru is giving the words. He changes the words with a question. What are you asking? Ko jivaha ka parashatma tadatmyam va katam tayo tatvamasi adi vakyam va kadam tat pradibadayet. Kaha jivaha, ko jivaha, kaha jivaha. Who is this jiva? Tell me. Kaha paracha atma. Who is this Paramatma? Who is Jivatma? Who is Jiva? Who is the Paramatma you're talking about? Because I didn't bring those words. You give me the words. Who are they? Tayoho, that means for them. Tadatmyaha, tadatmyam, katamva. You say Jivatma, Paramatma. Because you say two words, they must be different. I don't say Rama, Rama. Say Rama, Krishna. That means Rama and Krishna are two different people. Then how can that be one? And Kadamva, this sentence is like Tatvamasi. Tatvamasi Adi Vaakya. So all these Mahavakyas. How do they establish the truth? Tat Pradibadayet. How they? So he asked 4 questions. Who is this Jiva? Who is the Paramatma? What is their identity between them? How does the sentence establish this? Tell me. So, straightforward questions. So this is very important, you know. See, if this question is asking, is he asking after the deep contemplation of what the teacher has told in the 6th mantra? No. How can he contemplate on Jiva or Paramatma if you don't know what is Jiva means? How can you take up a contemplation of a Maha mantra from Rudram or Devi Bhagavatam and say, the Guru says, go and do japam on it? How can you do? Well, you can repeat it. You can do Parayanam, you can do many times, you can repeat this. That's fine. That may be fine for the mantra palam, maybe you say 100 times this mantra, you'll get this one. It may happen. Because there you are seeking to acquire something other than you. An objective search is in pursuit. Here it doesn't work. Here it is, you are seeking yourself, to know yourself. So, I cannot do contemplation and come back and ask. Because normally what you do, Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasana. Shravanam, you listen actively. Mananam, you contemplate raise doubts, go back to the teacher, ask the question, get clarified, go back to Mananam, contemplate, and the point where you have completely resolved all the questions, you know that it is the fact, this is the truth, this is the jnanam, then the jnanam has to become a big jnanam. You do nididhyasana. You assimilate that in your behavior, in your contact, everything you bring that. That is, nididhyasana is not just closing the eyes and sitting. Nididhyasana is your lifestyle changes to adhere to. You become an acharya. You stand by what you preach, what you believe in it. But here, this disciple is asking a question. We can assume it is immediately. Verse 6 finished, he asked the question, Kaha jivaga. So it is not contemplation. So he's asking a question during the Shravanam. The reason I'm elaborating this because Shravanam is not blind hearing. Shravanam is active hearing. You have to have a condition there. That means what the teacher says and what I receive are very well in sync. In other words, I understand every word he says. I understand what he means in each word. I understand what the whole text is transporting to me. But now I need to go and contemplate on this, whether it is right or not in my Anubhav. So don't afraid to ask questions. This question, see, the question is, in organization also, many people, I was telling my daughter on the day, if you want to be a promotion in an office, what do? I must do my job very well. Well, you do very well. You keep on doing very well, you will be in the job forever. Why? Because nobody else can do better than you. They may give you more salary, but they will keep you there. Because you are keen to do the job better and better and better. I'm not saying you should not do better. You should do good, but you should also see what is beyond this job. How does the job relate to the whole business? Where am I in the value chain? How can I elevate myself? So you must ask questions. Same way, like employment, like in life also. We don't ask questions to each other. So you can ask an open question. Sometimes questions are open questions. Hey, how is it? That means open questions means you are expecting the answer to bring out a conversation piece. So open question is a very important. Sorry for dragging this outside because it's important because transformation is what Vedanta is all about. So open questions is very good to ask if you want to engage in a conversation. That means you are prepared to go deeper into this, and there's a kind of a marked innocence in you because you want to know more. And there are closed questions. The closed questions are, you meant that right, but you already have an opinion, you have a perception, you are going to validate your understanding of it. Many times we have closed questions because our ego is so big, our understanding is so good, we think. We only ask questions to validate whether I am right or you are right. I'm saying it's not incorrect, but this is the kind of question you do. Then there's a funnel questions, right? The funnel question is that you ask the question, the answer will lead necessarily to another question. It's funneling, like it's going deeper into that. Or you can simply throw, the typical 5W, 1H, right? What, why, where, how? Now, this question, like a child's question, like he's asking, who is Jiva? What, why, how? This is important to do. And when you go in a deeper way, they talk about if you remember right, we say pose, pause, pounds and bounce. 3 P's and B. You pose a question so that the direction of the thing will change or stop. Or you pause. Sometimes you don't ask question. But you have this silence eloquence which makes them think. That's one thing. Or you pounce on them. Oh, you're wrong because I have something else to say. Or you bounce a different point. See, I'm saying this because we must develop the attitude to question in so many ways. Because to ask questions, especially in a assembly, in a satsang, in a get together, you have to prepare your learning. So I am provoking you to do Shravanam, Mananam, and ask questions among yourselves, among your, not necessarily to me, not necessarily to the class, between you, between if you husband wife in the class, hey, what do you think of that thing? Unless you percolate this and then have this into form of life, Vedanta doesn't becomes an anubhuti, it doesn't take you that part. So what did here this disciple has asked for? He basically told the teacher, don't throw these Mahavakyas or any Vakyas to me, because these Vakyas contains patams, sentence, words. I don't know the word meaning. So what is the intelligent teacher would infer from this? He will infer, if the word meanings are not clear, this boy cannot learn the sentence meaning. Therefore, I must do the Patavicharam, even though this title of the book is Vaakya Vicharam, Vaakya Vritti, I must do Patavicharam. So what is he going to do? The next mantra. In the you can see the compassion of the teacher as well. We go to 6, 7. Yeah. So Guru is now, is so nice. He's first tell him, my Upadesam Vaakyam you didn't understand. So he is asking pouring question. That means he is a bit agitated. Not at Guru, at himself. Oh my God, he made it so simple. This sentence should be teach you that. I don't understand. So he's agitation in the mind. So if he's agitated in the mind, whatever I tell you, you're not going to learn it. So he's first starting with a samadhana. Listen to the mantra. Atra bhumaha samadhanam konyo jivastum yevahi yastvam pritchasivam ko aham brahmaivasina samshayaha. Atra means here, in this matter. Which matter? This Vaakya Vichar matter. Brumaha, we will say. I mean, Brumaha means, let me say, here it says Bru. We say, the Guru says, we say, what I say, Samadhana. I will give you response. So immediately you get calmness, because the teacher doesn't say, what stupid question you're asking. He doesn't say that. For your question, let me answer you. So immediately you calm down. Okay. Then the session may be thinking, okay, he's going to now throw something very, very esoteric, very distant knowledge, which I have not even access to that so far. So he is earnestly looking to the Guru. The Guru is saying, Konyo jivastum yevahi. Konyo means kaha anyaha. Kaha Anyaha Jivaha. Who else is Jiva? You ask about the Jiva, right? He's answering the first question. Kaha Anyaha Jiva. Who else is Jiva? Tvamyehi. Tvamyevahi. He means indeed. Tvam means you. Eva means only you. So he's giving an aksheba. You know what is aksheba means? I told you. Aksheba means not opposing it. Aksheba means a positive retort. If suppose I say, "Oh, I'm not having money to buy this," then you say, "Rich man like you, can't you buy?" So you're putting aksheba. I think you don't accept that because you are better than this. So same way he says, I'm telling you the answer to you. I'm telling the answer to you. Who else is a jiva? You alone. You are. So the Shishya will think, now he put a boomerang. But it looks very interesting because he's telling me it is me, the jiva. That means I don't need to go out and search for who is the jiva. So it is about me. So that means the object of study is going to be about my possessions, my embodiments, myself. So I'm a bit comfortable, right? Everybody will be comfortable to talk about. In fact, everybody is happy to talk about themselves. Every time. That's why the doctor, anybody you say, if you start the conversation with somebody, how are you today? Everything okay for you? Then the conversation starts very well because you are putting the other person in the foremost place. Or if you see somebody and say, look, my have a pain, he did that to me. So then you are unloading yourself. They shut down their shutters, they can't. So here's the Shishya thinks, I am the Jiva? I don't know, but it's comforting because I'm going to study myself. But the Guru then says, Yes, Tvam Prichasi Mamko Aham. Yaha Tvam. Prichasi. Prichasi means you asked. You asked me, see, it's a second person singular. You asked me, Prichasi. You ask. What did you ask? Yaha Tvam Mam Kaha Aham. Who am I? You asked. So he says, Tvam. That means Koham. Koham means, who am I? You asked me, who am I? He didn't ask you that. If you look at it in Vaakya, he never asked a question. I wish he asked the question. He didn't ask the question. What did he ask? Kaha jivaga. What did the teacher say? Kaha anyaha jivaga tumevahi. If you're not jiva, who else is? That means he answered the point. You are the jiva. Then the Guru goes back to his question. Kaha jivaga therefore changes to koham. Who am I? There's a lot of subtlety in this. So whenever you listen to Vedanta, you listen the words Jivaha, Ishvaraha, Paramatma, Brahman, Atma. All this create a distance from you. Oh, Atma is God. Excellent. Because you don't think Atma is you. Because the word itself distant you, right? Because you don't use the word Atma every time. So Guru is very careful. So he has removed the word Jiva because he answered the question. You are the Jiva. Now I answer you. Now therefore your question should be Koham. Now if you ask me Koham, who am I? I will tell you, you are Brahmaivasi. Na samsaya. Brahmaiva. Brahmam eva asi. They become Brahmaivasi. Sandhi brings like that. Brahma eva asi. Asi is a second person singular. Eva means exactly only Brahma. You are Brahma. Tatvamasi, he repeats, you are the Brahman. But now he replaced the word that with Brahma. Tatvamasi is Brahmaiva Asi. Same word he repeats. Consistent. He thinks now, this guru is really complicating me, in my thinking. I asked the question, who is the Jiva? He said, I am the Jiva. So I need to really understand why I'm called Jiva. But then he answers the next question, therefore, I am who? He said, that is Brahman. So I need to know who is the Brahman. And then he says, I am the Brahman. Is it true? The Guru says, Na samshayaka. Don't have the doubt. Assurance. See, when the Guru says something like that, and you don't experience that in your life, therefore there is a disconnect. You said, I've seen Niagara. I'll tell you, I've seen Niagara. And you say, oh, Niagara, very nice. And I explained to you how the Niagara Falls comes in, and the boat goes there, the rainbows are seen, the mist is there, the thrill. But that is just knowledge in you. But when you go to Niagara Falls, when you see it, it becomes an anubhuti experience to you. Then the knowledge becomes real, right? Yeah, pratyaksha is there. So when you don't see it, when you don't experience it, when you listen to the Guru's words, what do I deal with this? How do I deal with this? Don't bring it to doubt. Because if you doubt that Guru's words, then you cannot progress forward. I have to climb the ladder, think that ladder is good for me to climb. If I don't trust the ladder, I cannot go up. Right? So you can see how the Guru has beautifully clarified the doubts and also gave him assurance. So what do we learn from this? Of course, we learn from this about Jiva is myself. Every time anybody says Jiva, it's about myself, about you, every one of you. So we should not have any additional value to the word Jiva. But I also know that Atma is the self. So I may have a Viparita Jnanam here, that means Jiva is Atma. Is it the case? You get confused now, right? Good to be confused, because this confusion means you are starting contemplating on it. The definite knowledge is Jiva represents me right now. Okay. Then Shishya is asking, Shishya uvacha padarthameva janami Nyatyapi Bhagavan Sputam Aham Brahmedi Vakyartam Pradibhatye Katam Vata. Guruji, you have given me the knowledge as you take. But I have difficulty in clarity in this. Because you come back again to the Brahmaiva Aham, you say Brahmaivaisi. It is basically Tatvamasi, you use a different word now. So you are still holding on to giving me the Mahavakya Vinyogam on me. So how do I tell the Guru that I'm not right at stage to go there? So he is very open. So this is very important. When I say I do not know, sincerely, what I have done to myself, I opened up the gates of knowledge. Absolutely gate of knowledge. Because I said, I do not know. So everything is going to educate me. But the moment I say, I know this, I know this, I know this, I only do not know it, then you are closing many doors except the people through which you want to get the knowledge that you think that you need to become fulfilled. But we all go through this track. Vidya should give you vinayam. No, but we'll get garvam, ahampavam. I know it. I know everything. I learned from the teacher. And you have opinion. Only this part I did not know. I will listen to this. No, now I correct it. So you become a seeker, editor, manager, interpreter. So your vistas are now limited. So I do not know is a very important thing. Now here what he says, see, this disciple is not an ordinary disciple. Arjuna is not an ordinary person. Arjuna is a hero, Superman, handsome prince, talented in every art. So how can he bow down to a charioteer, Krishna, who is under his command, and say, I do not know anything? Because he realizes that his understanding, his apprehension and non-apprehension, apprehension is misapprehension, the non-apprehension of the truth, everything makes him so dullard. But he is Shraddha, so he surrenders. So never feel shy to say, I do not know. It gives you freedom. I can give you my experience, I tell you. The moment you pretend you know, you chain yourself because now you need to live up to that expectation you built for yourself, and you fail in the personality, identity, you fail to have the knowledge. So we always in the search of knowledge or inspiring. So here he says, Guruji, he did not tell Guru, you are complicating me. He says, look, me, pada arthamyeva janami na atyabhispadam. You must take it like this. This is why I think, you need a great teacher's help to interpret these things. So, padarthamyeva janami, you don't full stop there. I only know the word meaning. Don't take it like that. That's also possible. Sometimes you may know the word meaning, but this sentence doesn't make sense. See, like I can say, Rama was writing a poetry in the bow he broke. So if you interpret that as Rama took the bow and then he soaked it on the ink and put the poetry. No, here it may meant by breaking the bow, Rama sent the message of love to Sita and they got married. Poetic imagination. So there are a lot of ways, word meaning. That's why in Vedanta or any good text, if you take a dictionary, you may be a pundit in the language, you go to dictionary, take all the words, put all the words together, it doesn't give you the meaning. So here he says, the way you should take it, padarthameva janami na atyabhisputam. Sputam means clearly. Atyabi means I can't really understand. Na janami. So even the words in padartham yeva na janami. I don't even know even the word meaning. I don't even know what jiva is, sir. What do you mean? I can't understand beyond this. So he's very open. Bhagavan, oh Reverend Sir, Aham Brahma iti Vakyartham Kadam Pratipatye. Aham, myself, Brahma iti Vakyam. So Brahman, in the word, the sentence you said Brahma. Idiartham, the meaning of it, Katham Pratipatye. Pratipatye means, how can I understand it? How does it shine to me? But please tell me. See, he's not letting the Guru go. See, in the great Acharya in the Vaishnava Parampara called Vedanta Deshika, who's known for his fabulous, often difficult Sanskrit verses with great meaning. Who is known for his complicated phrases to be used. He himself says, Ubayukteshu Vaishadhyam Trivark Nirbekshada Karanatraya Sarupyam Idisokya Rasayanam. In his book called Srimad Rahasya Trayasara. Important phrase here is Ubayukteshu Vaishadhyam. In the learning of Sastric knowledge, Ubayukteshu Vaishadhyam. You must have a clarity in Shastra learning. So he put that as a very first or the beginning of this text, that don't enter this without having clarity of thought, clarity of every word and meaning. So the point I'm trying to make is the Sishya is a blessing in disguise for us, because it's like Arjuna asked the questions. He's asking question. I don't even know what's the word meaning. Okay, what does the Guru say for that? We see this verse and then we can stop it. Guru says, 10th mantra, this is, Satyamaha Bhavanatra Viganam Naiva Vidyate Heduhu Padartha Bodhohi Vakyartha Vagadeha. Vakya Artha Avagadeha. Okay. Satyamaha Bhagavan. You take the Atra, Bhavan Atra. So nice. The teacher is telling, Bhavan means you, respected you. See how the teacher is respecting. He's not saying, hey, boy. He doesn't say that. Yours. Because that's how the knowledge conversation should be. Each respect each other. Satyam aha atra. Atra means in this, what you said. What did he say? I don't even know the word meaning. How do you expect me to know the Vakyartha? So he says, in that statement that you make, Satyam aha. Aha means you said truth. Yeah, what you said, respected sir, student, what you said, absolutely right. Because Viganam Nayeva Vidyate. There is nothing contradiction in this. I'm not going to refute with you. It's nice, isn't it? So the teacher is saying, confirming to the student. Because student made a statement which is valid. What is the statement he made? The statement he made is, how can he know a Vakyartham without the Padartham? Without the knowing of the words meaning, how can one know the sentence meaning? Teacher, you are giving me all the sentences. Please correct. So teacher says, in this, you are absolutely right. No contradiction. So teacher is now abiding to the disciple's request. That means what is going to follow, it is not Vaakya Vritti. It's Vaakya Vritti, but it's not a Vaakya Vicharam, but Patha Vichar. We are going to go with each word. So he says, Iha, here, for the understanding of the meaning of the individual words. Padartha bodho. Padartha, pada, artha, bodham. Bodham means knowledge, intellect. Here, pada artha bodham, indeed is the means. The shabda he means indeed, for sure. Indeed, the means, the heduhu, means of what? Vaakya artha avagadeha. Avagadeha means attaining it, comprehending it. The comprehension. Which word comprehension? To comprehend the Vaakya artham, the word meaning is important. Nothing, no Vedanta here. It's just a conclusion. So he basically saying Padartha Jnanam is Vakyartha Jnana Sadhanam. So you must understand. That's the reason I'm saying Paribhasha important. Remember the words Dharma. That's enough. That one word contemplation will give you all the sentences of Dharma, a perspective to that. So we finished with this one. So what we have done so far is we come to the general introduction, the Guru's interest to teach the disciple who asked for the emancipation from the samsara. And then he gave the Upadesam Vaakyam in the 6th mantra as Tatvamasi. The disciple came back and said, it is fine, but I don't understand even the word of it. What is Jiva? What is this? And he said, Jiva is you, therefore you are Brahman. And he insists that, okay, again, I don't understand Brahman. The teacher says, granted, you must understand the Padartha, which means from the mantra 11 onwards, the actual Vedanta Vicharam starts. So we'll see from 11 to 27, we will see Tvampada Vicharam. That means who I am, that Vicharam we will see. Then we will come to the Tatpada Vicharam, then Asipada Vicharam. So we're going to go in a kind of a order. Stop it here. Om Asatoma Satgamaya
Asatoma
Satgamaya
Tamashoma Jyotirgamaya
Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya
Mrityoma Amardham Gamaya.
Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Hari Om Tatsat.
Hari Om Tatsat.
Brahmarpanamastu.
Thank you so much, Acharyas.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.